Hi there, and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me once again. Today, another one of our bite-sized look back at the sort of classics from Matchbox kit review, and we have something for you armour fans. It's the Morris, but basically it's a Morris truck, a Willis Jeep, and a 17-pounder gun. Now the 17-pounder, of course, is the gun that's in the Sherman Firefly. So this is very much a sort of Normandy campaign onwards toward the end of the Second World War. Yet again, we have some nice artwork from Roy Oxley. Quite an animated scene, and it says here, well, just proving my point about Normandy, it says here, in the hilly wooded country around Caen, bloody duels develop between the British and the German anti-tank guns. German tank gun units and pockets of German 88mm guns, Panther and Tiger tanks alike. The Desert Rats, the 11th Armoured Division. So this is really badly printed. It's printed black on black. It's really hard to read. Armoured Division were engaged in the weekend of desperate fighting around Caen, shortly after the landings of June 1944. Wow, they could have printed that better. They've gone and printed it on such a dark background. It's so tiny, you can barely read it. But anyway, so yes, it is. It's around, they're fighting around Caen, and they're having an anti-tank gun duel by the look of it, of artillery. Anyway, end of the box, we've got a little bit of a depiction of the sort of three vehicles, and it's one of these sort of three vehicles with a bit of a diorama situation again, which is great. On the top, we've got a little bit of blurb showing the truck. On the side we've got all three vehicles depicted, the Willis Jeep with its roof, tonneau cover roof, canvas roof, then the 17-pounder, and then the truck again with a few bits at the side. And then on the back, now this is worth pointing out the date on this kit as well. Although it's one of the orange rays, this is kind of the later generation, so this is actually a 1983 kit, so it's relatively quite a recent one. Can you see it there? 1983, and for that reason it does not have the window just near where normally there would be a window here where this barcode is, where this blank area is. I think it was designed, the artwork, to have a window, but they obviously decided it was cheaper to not do the window. But look at that, it comes with a nice bit of, well, I was going to say, yeah, I say nice, it's a blown up Normandy town by the look of it. A street, and what used to be a delicatessen, looks like it's pretty much destroyed. Anyway, let's have a look at what's in the box. And again, I've been quite fortunate with this because it's another nice example of a very clean box, you know, really. What's the best way to get in it? This way, I think. Here we go. A bit more of a surprise when there's no window, isn't it? Oh, okay. So a big chunk of street straight away, and instructions. Now this is when they went to this later style that was in black and white, which is a bit of a shame because it no longer has the orange colouring, which is part and parcel, goes with the territory. And it splits on the back. You've got showing the decal call-outs, basically, showing where the decals go. And it's very rudimentary decals, it seems. It's just really white stars and Desert Rats insignia and a number plate here and there, really. Obviously that's quite good. We've got, it looks like we've got a Bren gun, and it looks like a Vickers gun, and then we've got another alternative. There's obviously two schemes here. So you've got the Desert Rats, or you've got the Raging Bulls, the 11th Armoured Division here. So it's quite nice. Also some like the mini painting guide is here, which they had a habit of doing this. I'm not quite sure why they went away from their previous style and made it all in one big fold out like so. Anyway, let's have a look. I quite like the way they do this, actually, in fairness, rather than it being like a long thin fold out. So you start off building your truck's front axle and then rear axle. Then you've got your rather rudimentary leaf spring suspension. Then you've got your canvas cover for the roof and the sides. And then basically you build up all the main chassis. You've put your floor and the forward area where the engine would go together. Assemble that. You've got your steering wheel and then your sort of driver and passenger area at the front. and at the back you've obviously got like seats that go in for troops to sit in either side, and quite a lot of weapons. There's quite a few guns going in here with different seats front and rear, so that's quite nice. Stowage boxes on the outside, radiator here at the front, and that's that one done. Then you move on to the Jeep. Again, similar sort of style. It's axles with leaf springs. You build the sides and bring that into the actual floor. You've got your classic Jeep front radiator there, 2 seats, bonnet in the back, and your spare wheel there. And your windscreen comes on here, plus the canvas roof, framed roof, steering wheel going in, and that's that done. So it's 2 stages and you're done with your Jeep. And then in section 9 here we've got the actual 17-pounder gun being built. Obviously you put the parallel in and the actual suppression recourse system. Then you build your chassis with your axles and your stabilisers, and obviously that doesn't show it in a very good way there, but this here is the armour plate across the front of it, which is quite a big piece. It's a curious angle the way they've showed that. It looks like something insignificant, but it isn't. It's the whole front of the actual armour plating. You can see it better there, obviously, where it comes in and it's affixed to its chassis. And then finally you've got your street, very destroyed street, it has to be said. It's definitely seen better days. It looks a bit like Villa's Bocage, to be honest, after Michael Vittman's Tiger went on the rampage. It may even be based on that, but anyway, yeah, it's very nicely done. And you put them on the street and you've got this whole diorama going. So you've got men, you've got lots of weapons, you've got a diorama. What's not to like? Let's have a look at the parts and see what we make of it. Alright, I'm not sure where to start. I think start with the green parts. Oh, sorry, let's just flick into those decals which I mentioned earlier. There we go. So this is where you've got your desert rats or your what's it, the 11th Artillery Armoured Division. These decals are in good shape, actually, mind you. Obviously it's 83, so it's, what's that, it's 37 years old. You've got the delicatessen sign, complete with damage, scale, sort of weather damage built into the decal, which is quite novel. Those are nice though, I bet they work fine, look like new, to be honest. Right, now then, let's get this sorted. The sprues, here's the green parts first of all. This is a very busy sprue, I've got to say. You've got everything on here. You've got the armour plating, protection at the front of the gun. You've got the gun itself, the classic muzzle like you would see on a Sherman Firefly. See that? Very, very recognisable. Then we've got the parts of the chassis. You've got the Willis Jeep chassis here, chassis for the truck. The Morris truck here. You've got your Morris truck radiator grille there, and then you've got your real mix-up here. You've got the Jeep windscreen here, the Jeep's bonnet here, and various parts for the truck and the wheels and the spare wheels. It's a real busy sprue, is that actually? It looks very nice. Now then, what have we got here? There we are. Ah, this is another busy sprue. Look at this. It's got half a building with big shell holes in it. So it stands up like that. It's a chimney, obviously, here. But that looks really nice, yeah? Excellent. And this is the delicatessen, or former delicatessen frontage. It's a cracking building, you know. Well, it was. It's got a hole right through it there, where a shell's penetrated straight through into the building. Smashed window frames. But doesn't it look nice, that's really cool. Corner of the wall here. And then you've got your driver, and I'm not sure which way around they are, but you've got driver and what looks like the co-driver. One's got a beret on, one's got a helmet on. Here you've got your Morris truck roof covering, tarpaulin roof covering, and the sides here. Here we've got the sort of bench type seats area that's in the back, where there are seats mounted for soldiers to sit on. Here we've got a bit of a problem with our focus suddenly. Here we have this is the Jeep's roof, canvas roof, all weather covering. And then you've got all sorts of cute little interesting stuff here. You've got the Lewis gun here, Lewis gun. A load of what look like Lee Enfield rifles here, 1, 2, 3, 4. That one is another Lewis gun. And then here you've got your Bren gun. So that's really cool. You've got petrol cans, jerry cans, all sorts of stuff. The seats here. Brilliant. A couple of steering wheels for both the vehicles here. Absolutely fantastic. And then last but not least, we have got a huge sprue with a whole chunk of street on it. So that's the street with craters in it, and you can see there's main's been exposed, and if that's the roadway, you can see how it's there's been some sort of disturbance here. There's like a shell or a subsidence underneath. That's very well done, and here as well. See the pattern, the way the pattern goes, like subsidence caused by the impact of the shells arriving, and again here. Very, very nice. And then mainly, this sprue is mainly wheels and tyres, so you've got many, many wheels and tyres for the Morris here, and I think these two are for the gun, and then you've got them for the Jeep here. Lots and lots of seats, and I think these are the seats that are in the back of the Morris truck. You've got your main chassis here, and your axles, leaf springs here, leaf springs, stowage boxes, more axles, and tow hooks, etc. So, I mean, you know, you can just imagine, can't you, this, how it's going to go together. It's going to be sort of, it's going to be something like this, isn't it? You know, the bombed out delicatessen on the street. How cool is that? Absolutely brilliant. So, yes, I would say that is really quite an interesting little military diorama, you know, armour. Interesting vehicles, you know, especially the Morris and the 17-pounder gun. What's not to like, really? Anyway, hope you found that interesting. I certainly... They're a little bit toy-like, but you can imagine once you spray these with your airbrush, they're going to look really scale-like. You know, they're really nice. Very fine pieces. The moulding is beautiful. There's no flash. You're going to build up into a beautiful street scene. You've got your animated figures to just lift it a little bit. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You know, it's no wonder that Matchbox, especially their armour, was very, very popular, and it really did damage, I think, to Airfix, because Airfix had never thought to do diorama. It was just a kit spewed out as cheap as possible in the 1970s, whereas these guys put some thought into it. A little bit of art went into it, and the concept was good, you know, and this is why it was very popular, and they sold like hotcakes. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the review. I'd give that sort of 8, 9 out of 10. Easy, you know, what's not to like. If you did enjoy it, please give us a like, share and subscribe if you haven't done already, and please watch out for more similar videos coming along in the not too distant future. In the meantime, thanks a lot for joining me once again, and take care of yourselves. Bye for now.